It's Mr. John. Welcome to another video. How to multiply mixed fractions. Before we begin multiply mixed fractions, we must first need to be able to identify what's a mixed fraction. A mixed fraction is a fraction that has a whole and a fractional counterpart. For instance, let's say we have a whole number of 5, and for the fractional part we have 1 over 3. Together, this would be expressed as a mixed fraction 5/1/3, and this is a mixed fraction. This is our mixed fraction. Now we need to figure out how do we convert a mixed fraction into a improper fraction. Well, I will show you. First, we need to multiply the denominator with the whole number, and then we need to add the product to the numerator. So let's go and identify all the parts involved in this process. The 5 is the whole number. The 1 is the numerator, which means the number on top. And the 3 is the denominator, which refers to the bottom number. So the instruction is the denominator, here would be referred to as d, will be multiplying the whole number, which is represented by the word w, and that product will be added to the numerator. And so 3 times 5 is 15. 15 plus 1, that's 16. This number here, 16, will be our numerator. For our denominator, would simply retain our previous denominator. So simply put back the 3. And with that, we would have successfully converted this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. So let's multiply these two mixed fractions. Multiplication sign between the denominator and the whole number, and an addition sign between the whole number and the numerator. Multiplication sign between the denominator and the whole number, and a plus sign between the whole number and the numerator. So let's convert this mixed fraction into an improper fraction and then multiply. To multiply by 6, that is 12. 12 plus 1, that is 13. And we retain the denominators, that is 13 over 2. Our next one, put back down our sign, our multiplication sign. 3 multiplied by 3, that is 9. 9 plus 1, that is 10, and we simply retain our denominator, which in this case is 3. So now we have 13 over 2 multiplied by 10 over 3. When we are multiplying fractions, we multiply across. Numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. And then we would reduce, or we can reduce first and then multiply. So let's reduce. 2 can go into itself once, and 2 can go into 10 5 times. Both the 3 and the 13 are prime numbers, so they cannot be reduced. So now we can multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator, multiplying straight across. 1 multiplied by 3 is going to be 3, and 13 multiplying 5 will be 65. And this is how we multiply mixed fractions. Now, we can then convert this improper fraction back into a mixed fraction, but that step is not necessary unless mandated by your instructor. Let's do another one. Again, we will put the multiplication sign between the denominator and the whole number, then put an addition sign between the whole number and the numerator. Four multiplied by 5, that is 20. 20 plus the numerator, which in this case is 1. It's 21. And for the denominator, it's simply retain it, which is simply 4. Next one we have is put back down the multiplication sign. We have 4 multiplying 2, so that's 8. 8 plus 1, that is 9. That is 9 over 4. I'm running out of space, let's just move this. So we have 21 over 4 multiplied by 9 over 4. 4 multiplied by 4, that is 16. 21 multiplied by 9 is 189. And there we have it. Now, if you want to go from this improper fraction to a mixed fraction, what you're going to do is that you're going to retain your denominator, which is the 16, and you're going to say how many times can 16 go into 189 without leaving a remainder, which you're going to figure out by dividing, right? Now 16 can go into 189 11 times. That number would be a whole number. So now multiply 16 multiplied by 11. That is 176. And what you're going to do, you're going to take difference between the old numerator and the new and the product, 160. So 189 minus 176, that's going to be 3 1, that's going to be 13, and 13 will be your numerator. And this is how you go from converting an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. Let's look at one more. So we have 7, 3 over 4, 1, and 2 over 4. So let's put our multiplication sign between the denominator and the whole number, addition sign between the whole number and the numerator. Same thing for the fraction on the right. 7 fours is 28. 28 plus 3 is 31. And that is 31 over 4. Bring back down your multiplication sign. 1 multiplied by 4, or 4 multiplied by 1 is going to give you 4. Now 4 plus 2, that is 6, and that is 6 over 4. Additionally, what you could have done is just reduce this. So 2 can go into 2 once, 2 can go into 4 twice. So now you have 1 over a half. And then do 2 multiplied by 1 is going to be 2. And then 2 plus this 1 is going to get 3 over 2. And this is what 6 over 4 basically breaks down to. So let's just use this, 3 over 2. So let's multiply now. 21 multiplied by 3, that's going to be 93. And 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Now let's say we want to convert this improper fraction back to a mixed fraction. Again, we're going to retain our denominator, which is the 8. And then we're going to ask how many times can this 8 go into 93 without leaving a remainder. Now 8 can go into 93 11 times. 8 multiplied by 11 is going to give 88. Now let's subtract 93 from 88. That's going to give us 5. And that 5 will be our numerator. We can always check to see if our mixed fraction is correct because it can be reconverted into an improper fraction. Let's check it. 8 multiplied by 11 is 88. 88 plus 5, 93. This will be our numerator. And for our denominator, we simply retain the denominator. And to do so, we would have converted it into an improper fraction, multiplied them, and then we reconverted that improper fraction back into a mixed fraction, and then we converted that mixed fraction into a improper fraction just to double check our answer. One more thing, my YouTube analytics is saying that over 80% of viewers is not subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, go ahead and hit it now. It's Mr. John, and I'm out.